What's up, beautiful people? This is Jose Trujillo once again here, coming to you from the car studio live, baby, live. Check it out, guys. Those of you who have been wanting to get my Craigslist artist guide in video version, it is out now. It is out. Launching the video version now. This video version has much more info than the PDF I made. Okay, the PDF is great if you just want to read quick and see, okay, this is what I need to do, I gotta go now and do it. The video version, it's more of take you by the hand, kind of guide you step by step, which is what a lot of people need, right? I know I certainly need something like that. When I need to learn something new, I like the whole take me by the hand process. I'm very I don't know. I'm very audio visual learner. That's how I do it. I'm an audio visual learner. So that's how I like to learn. That's how I like to take on new content. And this is why I decided to do the Craigslist artist guide, how I was able to make $525 in one day selling my artwork on Craigslist. This was about 7 years ago. And some people have been asking for an audio version, and people had more questions after I released the PDF guide. So I decided to make the video version, since, why not? Then you can see my beautiful face for about an hour. It's about an hour long. So those of you who are interested, let me know. I will send you the link. DM me if you're like, dude, I want to see what this whole thing is about. Go check it out. The PDF was, I believe, $49. The video is $79. Okay, it's a little bit over an hour, but it's just meat. It's meat. There's no mumbo jumbo, and if you feel like I give you mumbo jumbo, it's totally cool with me. I'll give you your $79 back right away. I don't like keeping money. It's bad juju. It's bad juju. This is how I've been able to make a living as an artist for the past 7 years. If someone doesn't like something for whatever reason, I immediately refund them and make things right. I don't just refund them the money, but I make things right, whatever that is, right? So that's just how I do it. I mean, you got to stand behind your product, right? Otherwise, you're not going to last that long in business. No one that doesn't stand behind their product really lasts that long. And most importantly, no one that doesn't get enough customers in the door, definitely that person will not last long. So in this artist workshop video, I show you step by step how you can start getting some customers in the door without going online. You should, right? And I show you some tips on how to do it. But it's really just meat and potatoes, guys. It's very simple. The whole thing, the whole strategy of selling stuff and getting started. And the reason why I started on Craigslist is because it's so simple, right? It's so simple. Anyone can do it. You don't have to go in, oh my God, how do I sign up to eBay? How do I get started on eBay? How do I get started on Etsy? Most people don't know how to do those things. Most people have no idea how to do those things. And the reason why is because it's not because it's difficult, it's because it's time consuming. And when it's time consuming, people drop the ball. Okay? People will always drop the ball when something takes time. Anything that takes time, people tend to just go away. They don't want to be part of it. Imagine if you I don't know, if you're gonna go to a restaurant, right? And they make you wait more than what you are expecting to wait. Maybe you sit at the table and you're like, yeah, yummy, and they take about an hour to get you your drink. And then they take another 2 hours to bring you an appetizer. And by the time you get dinner, it's been 5 hours. That'd be a shitty dinner, no matter how fancy or elegant or sophisticated the whole thing is. You probably never come back to that place ever again. I know I wouldn't. Right? Anytime you add time to something, you lose interest. So I decided to share with you guys how I was able to make $525 in one day on Craigslist, because I was crunched with time, guys. I didn't have time. I needed to make money. Otherwise, my wife was giving me this look like, dude, are you going to make money doing that, or are you going to quit that? You got to do something, you know? Are you going to pretend to be an artist, to be a full-time artist, a professional artist who gets paid for creating artwork, or are you going to now put your big boy pants on and go do something else? But it's not like I wasn't working. I know I'm being a little exaggerated here just to punch my line. I had 2 jobs at the time this was happening, but I was also trying to make it as an artist. I was also trying to make it as an artist. And the problem with trying to make it as an artist is that you're trying, and trying never gets anything done. At best, trying makes you feel like you should have never done that. At best, that's what trying does. It makes you feel like maybe you should have spent your time somewhere else. Oh man, looking back, I tried that. Shit, maybe I should have not tried that. Maybe I should have done something else. Because people get pride in trying. People get pride from trying. And trying never got anyone anything. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. Sorry about that.
Hey, no worries. Bye.
Thank you.
See you later. You're done.
We're on a live, dude, okay?
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Well,
On Instagram live. Tell me what's up.
homework.
Homework?
That's what's up.
Yeah, you got homework?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. That's good. You need some homework. Everybody needs some homework.
But it's only 1 page. So
Like it.
Sweet. And when I mean 1 page, I mean 1 page out of a textbook.
Oh, whoa. I miss you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey.
man, you remember that how I told you about that kid that got me banned for communication?
Yeah.
My friends are like, you better screw with him for doing that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Nah. He'll get it.
I feel like doing that. But
Yeah. Well, is it okay? I'm gonna go back to the live, okay?
okay.
So guys, check it out. If you are an artist who's ready to start selling some artwork, and maybe you haven't found the right thing to do, I don't know, maybe you've been thinking about it for a while. I started on Craigslist. By the way, you don't have to sell on Craigslist just because you read my material or you see my video version. And I explain it on the video. You don't have to start on Craigslist. Craigslist is where I started. But the information that I share with you guys, it's really valuable. I certainly believe that. It's really valuable because it's something that you can go and apply in other platforms. This could be Facebook, this could be Instagram, this could be LinkedIn, this could be whatever. I mean, you can apply it in other platforms. And what I'm talking about is creating a sense of urgency. Okay? Creating a sense of urgency. Most people have a lot of information. Most people read the books, attend the seminars, get the free webinars, and all that bullshit that everybody, all that stuff that people are sharing out there in order to get you subscribed or whatever. The reality is that a lot of those people are sharing free info, but a lot of it is not it's not actionable. It's not stuff where you have to roll up your sleeves and this is how you do it. And this is one of the things that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way about listening to online marketers and people that pretend to be artists, but they're not really artists. They're more like they're in the marketing business, right? But they hide and pretend to be artists. I've seen them. They hardly produce any artwork, and maybe they're artists in their own right, but they're not working artists, meaning that their income doesn't come from being artists. Their income comes from speaking. They're speakers or they're marketers. You know, they're selling info products and stuff like that. And I have nothing against that. I am selling info products as well. I'm pitching an info product right now. I have nothing against that. The thing is that if you're going to be selling something, you better be doing it yourself. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. Like the stuff that I'm telling you is stuff that I know, stuff that I've done. It's not something that someone told me or I read it somewhere in a magazine and I read an article and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to make an info product out of that, which is, totally BS.
You have to be good at the thing to do that.
Yeah, you have to be good at the thing and you have to do it. You have to be doing it. Who would you rather learn from? You want to learn from someone who's doing it or someone who heard it somewhere? You want to learn from someone who's actually doing it, right? Someone who has their hands in the game. Someone who's got skin in the game. See, every day I wake up and I gotta go paint. I have an artist studio. I don't fake that funk, I'm not faking it. I'm walking it. And I have a hard time walking it. It's not easy. It's not like, oh yeah, it's so easy. Of course not. Anyone that says to you that it's easy, they're lying to you. They're just lying to your face. It's not easy, but it is possible, and you can make it fun. And here's one of the tricks to make it fun. Go fast. Go fast, baby. Go fast, and you're going to make it fun. The faster you go, the funner it's going to become because you're going to ride on momentum. Momentum is what makes things fast. The best players, any sport, the best players are the fastest ones. The ones that are more involved in the game. The more involved you are in the game, right? You're involved in the game. Everything, your whole being is there. That's when you get good, baby. That's when you start getting good. You start jumping, you start bouncing. There's a little spring in your step. And if you're an artist, and you're like, man, I'm ready to start doing something. Hey, you know what?
You took the first step.
Take the first step. Do something. You don't have to do. I know I'm pitching the way I started. Okay, you don't have to do it that way though. There's at least 1,000 ways of doing it. It's not my way. But hey, my way worked for me. And if you can learn something from it, why not? Why not? If you can learn something from it, it's experiential knowledge. By the way, it's not something I read somewhere. It's experiential. It's shit that I went through. Whoops, there I go again. Sorry, dude. It's stuff that I went through. And it makes it. I believe it makes it much more valuable when it's experiential. It's experiential. There's experience through it. It's not theoretical. It's not something that, oh yeah, well, someone told me and I'm going to try this and I'm going to A/B split and we're going to test this. No, this is something that I did. And this is something that I continue to do. The things that I share with you guys on the video version is things that I still do. Although I don't use Craigslist anymore to market my artwork. It's things that I still use. It's the same principles. The principles are going to apply no matter what you're using. There's going to be there's the principle of follow-up, the principle of marketing relentlessly. Those things are not going to go away. Those things are going to be there. They're going to be there. You have to hammer them, right? They're going to be there. They're not going to change. No matter what the new Facebook, the new YouTube, the new whatever, the new, it doesn't matter. The principle is going to be the same. There's going to be a connection you have to make. There's going to be a sense. I'm talking about if you're selling, okay? Here, I'm talking about marketing and selling. There's going to be an urgency you need to create. You need to create urgency. You need to shrink time, right? Look at Kim Kardashian, man. I mean, my wife was trying to buy those scents, those perfumes, or whatever she's selling right now. They run out like that, and then she doesn't bring them back. There's a sense of urgency. If you don't get it now, you ain't getting it. The more you market, the shorter the period needs to be.
And
the sense of urgency.
The Samsung Note 9's doing that too. They're
Yeah.
like, hey, if you buy your phone, you're going to get Fortnite for free, and you're going to get a free skin.
Just check that out, guys. My son knows more about marketing than I do. Power, dude.
Yeah. And I'm doing math homework right now.
Yeah. But that's how you do it, guys. You got to get started with something. I don't care what it is. Get started with Facebook. You just can't. You have to know certain principles. You can't. You're gonna retreat if you don't apply certain principles. And the reason why I say this, okay, it's because if things aren't working, you're gonna start thinking that it's your artwork. First of all, you're going to start thinking it's your artwork. You're going to start thinking that your artwork is no good, or that people are not buying your type of artwork because your type of artwork is so unique, right? This is what most artists say. It's the wrong audience, right? It's the wrong audience. You're going to start thinking, well, Craigslist is not for me because it's the wrong audience. Guys, here's a little secret. No audience is the wrong audience. All audience is good audience. All audience is good audience. It doesn't matter what it is. When you're getting started, you cannot try to get fancy on me right away. You will get to the right audience. It's just going to take a little bit of time. The right audience is going to start popping up. You will not get to quality unless you go through quantity. Quantity will breed quality. Most people do not know this. And I know I talk a little bit totalitarian when I say most people, most artists, just about every artist. The reason why I say this, guys, is because this is not my first day here. I've been 20 plus years at this game. And I've understood certain things. I'm still learning. I'm very green. But certain things, guys, they're ingrained in me that I already know. That no matter what someone comes and says, oh, it's the algorithm bullshit. No, it's not. Whoops, there I go again. It's not the algorithm. The fact that you're not being seen is because you're not marketing enough. Don't blame Facebook. Don't blame Instagram. Don't blame anything. You're just not getting in front of enough people. Because you're hiding under the idea that you're going to find a couple of right people, the great collectors that are just going to swift you, and they're going to pick you up, and they're going to take you to, I don't know, artist heaven. And that's not the way it happens. You need a lot of people looking at what you're doing. I don't know how you do that, but you can't do it once. I've tried this before. When I started selling my artwork, I would do a joint, what is called a joint venture, right? JB. Partnerships, little joint ventures. What this is that you can go with someone who has an audience, and you can split the profit. Okay, here's a little tip for you guys. Those of you trying new things, you can go and split the profit with someone. Now, this is not very easy to do. Okay, it's simple, but it's nothing of what I say is easy because it works. If it was easy, it wouldn't work. It's not easy, but it is simple. You go and get someone, and you partner up with someone who has an audience already. The reason why it's not so easy is because most people, no matter how big their audience is, most people have their head up their butt. They don't understand. They don't understand that they're benefiting from it. Most people are very afraid. They're like, oh my God, my audience. Oh no, I can't do that to my audience. They don't understand that they're actually benefiting from it. If TV worked like that, if Netflix worked like that, there wouldn't be advertisement, guys. Advertisement is the lifeblood, the lifeline of every communication channel. It is advertisement. They give you a little bit of sugar, right? They give you a show. And then advertisement comes in. Advertisement is where people monetize. Plain and simple, no matter what the medium is. Radio was invented for the same reason. TV was invented for the same reason. Theater was invented for the same reason. Way before radio and TV, your local theaters, whether it was film, silver screen, or whether it was before silver screen, when it was just, people acting, it was invented for the same reason. They needed to gather a crowd. Once they had a crowd, then they can pitch their ideas, right? Whether it was a town, what are we going to do with the town? Town conference or this or whatever, or we're going to war and everybody's listening now and we're going to talk to everybody. right? Whatever it was, a communication channel, the main thing of a communication channel, of a platform, it is to advertise. And this is not always selling. This could be news. This could be different things. But it is selling. At the end of the day, it's selling. It's selling an idea, right? It's selling. It's not a product or a service always, but it is an idea. Always, it is an idea. So, man, I've been dropping some massive content here, dude.
Yeah.
So
Posting this.
Nice. So if you're starting out and you're scratching your head and you're like, man, I don't know where to start, man, just start with a crowd. That's all you need. You just need a little soapbox. No more than that. Just a little soapbox. That's what Craigslist was for me. Craigslist was my soapbox. Okay? This is why people go, man, I would never sell on Craigslist. That's because you don't know what you're talking about. I'd sell in a church if I could. You know, the people that go to my church, or I don't go to church, but if I went to one, I'd sell to those people. If you're in MLM, multi-level marketing, some sort of a pyramid scheme money. Who said that?
There was that one show.
It was Beast Boy, huh?
Yeah.
Teen Titans, man, I love Teen Titans. If you're in some sort of group where there is a lot of people, man, I'd start pitching there. I'd start first. You bring value, of course. You always bring value. You never start pitching without bringing value. You got to bring a gift, baby. You got to bring a gift. You know, you want to go out on a date with a pretty person, baby. You got to take them out for lunch, a dinner, a movie, something, right? You got to bring a gift. You can't just.
And then you tell them the real deal.
Yeah, you can't just be like, hey, let's go to smoochy smooch. You can't just smooch, right? You gotta bring something.
You gotta slowly go into there.
You gotta slowly slide your way in there. Listen to my son, man. He knows more about marketing than definitely than me. So that's how it happens, guys. So now again, I know I'm pitching my artist guide, okay? My Craigslist artist guide. But then again, guys, I'm giving you so much value here that you don't even need to use that, okay? The only reason I'm doing it is because I know that some people, I'm one of those people, I need someone to hold me by the hand and show me, okay, what's step by step, okay? Show me step by step, because I don't get it. Maybe I'm very new, or I don't really understand this whole computer thing. You know, I really don't understand how to go about this. So I was looking for a place where there was an audience. I was looking for a place where there was an audience that wasn't going to be so difficult to reach. Okay? Where I didn't have to go and build a website, where I didn't have to go and build something, right? Even the cookie cutter websites, they're not that easy. You know, people are like, yeah, just point and click, and it's so easy. I've had a handful of those. They're not for the average computer user. They're not that easy. I mean, even cut and paste takes a little bit of, wait a minute, how do I do this again? It takes time also. And again, when I say time, every time I say that something takes time, please understand what I'm trying to refer to is that it's going to lower your decision level. When something takes time, it minimizes your decision level. Okay, you're not going to want to take this. You're not going to want to make the decision as fast as possible because it's taking time, right? For something to work, you need to take time out of the equation. Imagine instead of saying when people sell, right? Instead of saying 3-hour ads, no, they say 10-minute ads or 5-minute ads, right? Because they're trying to remove the time. Time is the thing that kills the whole deal. Time always kills the deal. So I was looking for a place that was easy, you know, that was essentially easy, something simple. Now I know it's not easy, but I'm trying to. What I'm trying to express here is the simplicity of it. Something that is simple. Okay, where is a group of people that I can just go and connect right away. I don't care whether they're art buyers, collectors, they're high-end. You want to get in front of high-end collectors? You want to get in front of them? It's simple. It's very simple. Okay? Go to the most expensive art show in New York. The art fair. Pay about, I don't know, anywhere between $10,000 and $30,000 a booth. Go to one of those high-end art shows, art fairs. For a weekend, you'll spend about $30,000 in a weekend on a booth and all the extras that you need to spend there. I don't know if you'll make your money back. I don't know if you're ready for that. But that you'll get in front of qualified, a large group of qualified art buyers, corporate art buyers, private collectors, and on and on and on. Retailers. But most people can't do that. That's the thing. Most people can't do that. Most people don't even feel like they can do that. Most people don't even have the artwork or the collection of artwork where they feel, where their self-esteem allows them, right? Most people don't even have the self-esteem to do that. To be like, man, I can do that, I'll invest in one of those booths. By the way, if you invest in one of those booths for an art fair show like that, and you don't know what you're doing, you're probably going to get kicked in your teeth. If you don't know how to sell, if you don't know how to market, if you don't know what you're doing, it's gonna be very difficult to gain any money back. It's just the nature of the thing. It's the nature of the thing, So one of the reasons why I have spent so much effort and energy talking about this type of deal is because Craigslist was the easiest platform for me. It was the fastest. It was the simplest. Remember, the water was on my nose. Okay, my neck was ready to be chopped. I didn't have a job. My business was closing. I had to close my business. I wasn't making any sales, and I needed to sell artwork. I needed to sell artwork. I didn't know what to do. I had no idea what to do. And I was looking for a group of people that could consider buying my artwork because I had a lot of artwork, right? When I started selling the artwork, something happened. I don't know. I can't really explain, but there was this. It was not motivation. Maybe it was. Maybe it was a little push of motivation, but it was when you realize that something can happen, you're like, oh man, this can happen. See, the reality of why we don't do things is because we don't believe in them, as the great Jesus said, It's because you don't believe. Your hearts are, you don't want to believe. So this is why it's so difficult to get things done. We don't believe we can do them. But when you're shown that it can actually happen, you're like, oh man, I can actually do this. When I sold my first painting, there was this rush of blood. Now, before I had already sold paintings, I had already done it, but I had never put two and two together. Okay? I had never put two and two together. What I hadn't done was realize that I could do that every day. See, most artists are out to sell a painting for $1,000 or $10,000 or whatever. Most artists are out to sell paintings. Lower it a little bit. They're out to sell those paintings, just like me and everyone else. Everyone who wants to make a living as an artist. But the reality is that we land those sales not that often. Not everybody does. Very few artists land those sales often enough to make it a viable business. Let's not even say business. Just to make a living, just to be self-employed. Much less, to pay employees and expansion of your business and create a business out of it. No, just to be self-employed. Most people don't have it in them. They just don't. They don't understand the mechanics of it. They don't understand what needs to happen. Most importantly, they don't understand how much effort you actually need to take in order to start making those type of sales. So when I started selling on Craigslist, here's what happened. I made a couple of $100, and then I made a couple of $100, and then before I knew it, by the end of the day, I had made $525. Guess what that did? Bing! It just hit me. It was like a light bulb. My God, I think I can do this. Not because I had made much more money before that in galleries, but I had made it very far in between. It was like making $100 a week. Very rare. What Craigslist showed me, and don't even call it Craigslist if you don't feel like it. Call it a group of people. Getting a group of people together to come and see my artwork, what that showed me was that it was possible that I could get paid a few $100 a day every single day. That motivated me, and it prompted me to see things differently. I wasn't just thinking about, how can I sell this $1,000 painting anymore? I was thinking about this changed my life. How can I, listen to this. How can I make $500 every day? How can I do that? Is there a possibility that I can at least, let's say that you don't make $500 a day. Is there a possibility that I can at least make $300 a day? Is there even a possibility for that? Can I do that? In 3 days, I'd be making $900. In 6 days, $1,800. See, that way of thinking motivated me. It changed the way that I used to see selling artwork. I'm sharing with you guys something very important here that happened in my life. I stopped it doesn't mean that I stopped trying to sell the $1,000 paintings. Believe me, I still do that, and I do it often. But I stopped just focusing on that. I started focusing on how am I able, through repetition, how can I make $300 a day, $500 a day? I got to a point where I started moving into how can I make $4,000 a day? How can I make $7,000 a day? Because my business started growing, right? How can I do that? Through repetition. How am I able to do that? This requires a creative way of thinking, and we're all creative here. We can all do it. I can't promise you that you're going to get the same results or that you're going to get any results, because I don't know. I can't do that. It's not fair. But this is what I did. And I started thinking differently. I started I didn't stop, but I stopped only chasing the $1,000, the $5,000, the $10,000 paintings, the price points, and I started looking into how am I able to create $300 a day. Even let's say that you don't even make $300 a day. Let's say that you're able to make $200 a day. It's $1,000 in 5 days, guys. An extra $4,000 a month. I am promising you anything. This is what I did. Okay? This is what I did. It changed the way that I thought. It changed the way that I was used to looking at selling artwork. It is not conventional. I started thinking like a retailer.
That's how you have to think. You're selling.
Yeah.
You're not just an artist.
Yeah.
not, like, even if you're a musician or like a farmer, you have to be in retail.
Yeah, everyone's in retail, right?
Yeah.
I started thinking like a retailer. The moment that I started thinking like a retailer, while being an artist, because you have to be an artist, you have to create artwork, right? The moment I started thinking like a retailer, it changed my life. Okay, now Craigslist didn't. I went from making $525 in one day on Craigslist to making over 6 figures a year. Okay, I didn't do it on Craigslist alone, but Craigslist is where I started. It changed the way I thought. It moved me. It shook me. It did something for me. It did something for me that I can't place a price on that, right? But I just did. It's $79 if you want to get the video. But for me, for my personal life, if I look back, oh man, it's invaluable. What it did for me. It did so much for me. I mean, it allowed me to have a pretty good life. It allowed my family to have a pretty good life. And I'm still working and I'm still shopping and pushing. It doesn't end. But that's where I got started.
Stop and get food.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Because now that I just, like, read a book, kind of, I'm now car sick.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you can't really read when you're in the car. You're shaking. You're moving. So I'll leave you guys with that. My name is Jose Trujillo. I am an artist. And those of you who want to get my Craigslist artist guide, how I was able to make $525 in one day selling my paintings on Craigslist, DM me and I'll you have both choices. You can get it in a PDF. Now these are not like books where you sit there and you read and you're like, oh my god. No, these are actionable pieces. Everything that I create is actionable. Okay, it's for action. It's for you to do something. It's not I'm not gonna bore you there with theory. It's for you to do something. So they're short, and they're meat and potatoes, right to the core. So you have two options. You have the PDF file. That's $49. Extremely low for what I had to go through in order to learn it. $49 for the PDF and $79 for the audio. The audio is 1 hour long. It's a little bit over an hour long. But it's me walking you through. It's grabbing you by the hand and walking you through the system, through how I was able to do it. All right? If you're interested, DM me, send me a private message here on Instagram. Or if you're watching this, I don't know, somewhere else, just message me. I don't know. There's always options to message no matter where you're watching. So I'll leave you guys with that. Take care. And I will talk to you soon, all right? Adios.